Chris.
My legal team love me because
they're giving him a load of work.
They're getting paid every time this shit happens. In all seriousness, I am going to be the one that is suing them for negligence, for incompetence. I was in the back of that ambulance for 20 minutes, blocked in, unable to leave, unable to get through the gates that they were refusing to open. That is unacceptable.
But you can't say things like that. You know, and it's not even about, no, I'm speaking my truth. It's lies. That's the difference. I don't care. If I really went up to a paramedic, right, and the British Boxing Board of Control went, mate, I know you've got to take him to hospital, but hang on 20 minutes, so they're late. For fuck's sake. I mean, unless you've got no brain, you might be listening to that going, I can't believe Eddie Hearn's done that. And that's why I gave him the opportunity to say it again. Because I couldn't believe what I was actually hearing. And he says, oh, what are you going to do, sue me? Yeah, absolutely. Because you ain't accusing me and my company of things like that.
Chris Eubank Jr. dragging Eddie Hearn into legal crossfire has sent shockwaves through boxing. This isn't promotion, it's a battle spilling way beyond the ropes. With Eubank firing accusations, the fuse is lit, and now all eyes are on Hearn. Before the Benn rematch can even be signed, fans want answers, and they won't settle.
You know, you've got everything wrong.
I mean, this is what he said on TalkSport to Simon, that you should be investigated because you gave Conor the PEDs.
Did he say that?
He said that
really?
today.
Can you send that to me? Did you send that today?
It's
Because
on,
what
it's
I'll
on
do is
TalkSport.
I'll sue him.
I wouldn't misquote
I'll
him.
sue him immediately.
Straight after, Eubank Jr. doubled down, unloading on Hearn in brutal fashion. He branded Eddie fake, accusing him of hiding behind lawyers the moment things get uncomfortable. Eubank insists he's no victim, he's the real victor, exposing what Hearn would rather bury. The only question left, is he speaking truth or just chasing headlines? Either way, this feud is burning hot.
I know that we've received legal letters from Hearn. I mean, what a wet bag, you know? He goes on like he's the cool guy. He goes on like he's, a man of the people, and then he's here trying to sue because someone said something he didn't like in a press conference. What a wetbag. You guys are now seeing him for what he really is. When things don't go his way, now he's trying to get lawyers involved because he got embarrassed and exposed in a press conference. That's the type of people you're dealing with, you know? The guy's never had to work a hard day in his life. So when people don't bend to him because he's got all the money and all the power and all the say, he doesn't know what to do. All right, so I'm gonna sue him. Yeah, people know who he is. They know what he is. I have no reason to lie. I won the fight. I don't need to be here. I don't need to make excuses. He talks about playing the victim. What? I won the fight. I'm not the victim. I'm the victor. I was victorious. So I have no reason to lie about anything. I'm telling my truth. I'm exposing what these people want to keep hidden in the dark.
Benn isn't interested in sympathy or moral victories. He fights for one thing, wins. The last clash left him seething, vowing there will be no repeat mistakes. For Benn, this rematch is personal, redemption, pride, and proving he can put Eubank away once and for all.
We prepare hard for 12 weeks, 10 weeks, 8 weeks, 6 weeks for victory. Not you done well, not pat on the back, not, we're proud of you, and it ain't good enough for me. We prepare to win. Listen.
Do you knock him out?
I won't be looking for a knockout, that's for sure.
Do you believe you can, given what happened last time?
No, I believe I had him hurt numerous times in there, yeah, of course. But, greed's a killer, isn't it? You didn't know the game plan, or you didn't have the game plan that you didn't stick to. So it's easy for you to say, yeah, but it was an entertaining fight. I'm glad it was for you, but ultimately I didn't get my hand raised, so how can I not be disappointed? You don't want to lose in life and sit there and go, I've done my best, I'm happy to be here. I ain't happy to be here, I ain't happy to be a loser, whether it was.
For Eubank, it's salt in the wound, another reminder of Hearn's influence outside the ropes. With every jab, this feud grows less about boxing and more about pride.
To understand that Eddie is more famous than you.
He really?
Yeah, you have a documentary in Netflix. 6 episodes.
6 whole episodes. You know they used me in the trailer for this? Twice they put me on the trailer. How much he hates me and they use me to promote his Netflix special. That's crazy.
Douglas, you need to take care about the ambulance and the fights next time.
100%.
I heard that Eddie have the key for the ambulance. Take it from Eddie.
He stopped it himself. He stood in front like this.
He doubles down, accusing Eddie's camp of delaying an ambulance and putting his safety on the line. In his eyes, that's not just mismanagement, it's negligence, and he vows it won't be swept under the rug. What started as a boxing rivalry is now dragging into legal territory, with the stakes growing heavier by the day.
The people controlling the night, they are in charge. So if anyone's incompetence underneath them was the effect of me having to be in that ambulance for an extra 20 minutes, it still falls upon them. It's still their responsibility. They should be controlling everything when it comes to that. It's their job. They didn't do their job.
Eddie finally snapped, tearing into Eubank's accusations. Hearn branded him a victim player, inventing wild stories to stay in the headlines. The ambulance claim? Madness. Eddie swore, vowing it would be retracted. To Hearn, this is Eubank's mask slipping. But to fans, the question lingers. Who's really hiding the truth?
I just thought, this is a guy that continuously tries to play the victim. He's moaning about stuff that, one, didn't even happen, two, is within a contract that he signed up to. And, you know, I just felt like the mask slipping. I mean, the stuff about the ambulance was the wildest thing, and that will be retracted. I promise you that.
He and Eddie collide head-on. Rehydration clauses, contracts, cash demands, nothing off limits. Eubank admits he signed because he craved the challenge, but the venom in his tone makes it clear. Every clause, every deal, every penny is now fuel in their personal war.
How, from my perspective, how it went down.
It don't, honestly.
Eddie,
Your man said when the contract.
Stop interrupting me, Eddie. Let me cook.
No, because you're a plum, grade A plum, and you signed the contract.
I did sign the contract, and I'm going to explain why.
You know why you signed a contract?
I'm going to explain why. I like a challenge, okay? When Eddie and Conor started demanding that there was a rehydration clause for this fight, guess what I said? Show me the money. Show me the money. That's what I said. You know
why?
If you're going to have that advantage over
poker,
me,
that's why you need the money.
if you're going to have that advantage over me,
You're shit at poker. That's why
then
you
you've
need.
got to have. Then you've got
That's
to
why
pay
you
top
take-
dollar.
Still isn't done. This time he flat out brands Eddie a liar over the ambulance fiasco. He accuses Hearn of blocking it, then covering it up. This isn't hype anymore, it's a bombshell. With courtroom talk hanging heavy, the rematch feels less like a fight and more like a grudge carved in stone.
Poke and prod, but the fact is, we created something special. We're going to try and create something even more special November 15th. Animosity is still there, but it's not like it was before, where it was like, I've been waiting for 3 years to fight this guy, and I just want to get my hands on him. I've got my hands on him now. I've beaten him. So now it's kind of like, all right, well, we're going to do it again. We're going to do it even better.
Carl Froch strips it down to the core. This isn't about the future of boxing. It's raw pride and serious money. Benn's chasing revenge. Eubank's chasing validation. And both know belts don't matter here. Pride, cash, and legacy. That's the real prize on the table.
For me, it's a fight that probably means a lot less for boxing than what it does for the actual fighters. You know, the fighters, for them, there's a lot at stake. Conor Benn wants to overturn the decision. And Chris Eubank wants to cement the decision, say, I've done it twice. Bottom line is they're making big bunts, aren't they? Big dollar. And they might as well make money. These are prize fighters. We can't.
Hearn fires his own shots, branding Eubank Jr. a man with zero respect and warning that the mask is slipping. For Eddie, the trash talk isn't hype, it's poison for the sport. And he vows this time the spotlight will stay on the fight itself. It's more than promoter talk. It's a challenge to Eubank's character, turning their feud into a battle of credibility as much as boxing.
Honestly, this guy has zero respect for anything. For anything. And I hope people can see through it. Some will, some won't. But if you can't see them, that's a lot of what happened up there was just wrong. So listen, we go to work and we're in to win the fight. It's going to be different this time.
Eddie Hearn strikes a different tone when it comes to Conor Benn. Equal parts pride and caution. He praises Benn's heart and ferocity, but warns that against Eubank, bravery alone won't cut it. Reckless trading could backfire, so Benn must fuse fire with strategy, mixing aggression with smart boxing. Eddie knows Eubank will lean on size and pressure, and the key is outthinking him as much as outfighting him. It's more than promoter talk. This is Eddie the strategist, pushing Benn toward redemption, not just for himself, but for Team Benn as a whole.
You know, Conor Benn's Conor Benn. But I want him just to be a little bit smarter. We can't, like Nigel said, he's just winging away. And the heart's great, the balls are great, but you can outbox this guy as well. You're going to have to stand and fight because he's going to try and walk you down and be the bigger man.
While Eddie talks strategy, Eubank Jr. sneers at the very notion of Benn being a champ. He flat out dismisses him, not a champion, not the people's champ, and accuses Eddie of inflating Benn's ego with empty promises. To Eubank, Benn and Hearn are wolves in sheep's clothing, posing as boxing saviors while chasing power and profit. It's venom with purpose, aimed at both pride and reputation. For fans, it's theater at its finest. But beneath the bravado, one thing's clear, this feud cuts deep.
But, you know, I'm going to tell you right here and now, you ain't no champ. And you most definitely ain't no people's champ, so get that out of your head. You keep letting Eddie Hearn blow smoke up your ass and you're going to end up being even more of an embarrassment than he is. These men are not men of the people. They are pretending. They're pretending to be the good guys. Wolves in sheep's clothing, if you will. They will do anything they can.
Johnny Nelson doesn't sugarcoat it. He slams Eubank Jr. as stiff, flat-footed, almost frozen at times like a man stuck in quicksand. For a fighter built on sharpness, that's damning. Nelson points out the contrast. Benn is evolving, showing flashes of growth, while Eubank looks stuck in place. His warning? If Benn cuts the recklessness and exploits that rigidity, the rematch could flip. Nelson even hints Eubank may have already peaked, a nightmare scenario for his supporters. And when he predicts it goes the distance, the message is clear.
I do see improvement there for Conor, and I do think the results will be different the other way around in the next fight. I think it'll go the distance all over again.
This is where it all boils over, the ambulance row, the legal threats, the stiff legs, the endless back and forth. What started as a fight has spiraled into an all-out war, Eubank versus Eddie, with Conor Benn stuck in the middle chasing redemption. Eubank says Eddie hides behind lawyers and lies. Eddie fires back, branding Eubank a victim player. Benn, he refuses anything less than revenge. This buildup isn't just boxing hype. It's toxic, it's personal, and it's ready to explode on fight night. Forget belts. This is truth versus lies, pride versus humiliation, legacy versus survival. Benn wants revenge. Eubank wants validation. Eddie wants credibility. Something has to give. So here's the question. Whose side are you on? Is Eddie covering something up? Or is Eubank just stirring chaos? Drop your take in the comments, and let's settle this war before the fighters do.